Afternoon, everyone. So good to be here. Mr. Gerard. It's so nice to be here. Been having a fun-filled day today. Go straight into what we have today. But before we go there, we're going to look at the blog. There's an awesome came out, and I'm happy to have such an awesome broadcaster here in my broadcast today. He has been coming, but it's so nice to have him, and also another awesome broadcaster, Miss Jules Ann, Mrs. Jules Ann, present here today. There's a blog that came out about couple of hours ago, and it reads, I support this marathon broadcast idea. I support this marathon broadcast idea. The idea is an idea that Mr. Gerard, I have not been able to put the other name correctly. That's why I'm kind of like holding back. Is an idea that Mr. Gerard, good afternoon, Mr. Stephen Coffey, came up with, and he left it in the TBC Voices, the page of the TBC Voices in Facebook, and the TBC admin did a blog on that today, and for us to move further, I'm just going to read the blog, then we'll move further. Right? The blog says, good afternoon, Miss Judy. So good to have you. I just remembered, I'm not on my regular slots today. I had to go to slot number 2, actually a backup slot. And the reason for that is when I checked tomorrow's broadcast schedule yesterday, I discovered that somebody has already taken my slot. So I decided to go to slot number 2. And when I got to slot number 2, I discovered that the only part that was remaining was the slot for 1:30, and that is why I had to pick 1:30. But for today, tomorrow, I've already done my schedule for tomorrow, and it is my normal slot number 1. Okay. So moving on, said, I hope this effort to do a marathon broadcast is a success. That's the voice of the TBC admin. That's his message. I hope this effort to do a marathon broadcast is a success, and Gerard Windsor has my support. That's a good effort. Gerard Windsor has my support for this idea. He did not ask me to post this in the blog here, but I'm sure he will appreciate that I am supporting him by blogging about this plan of his. You don't have to second guess, all right? You don't have to second guess what Gerard is thinking with him, and what you see is what you get. He has no hidden agenda, all right? There are no hidden plans, there are no hidden agenda. Gerard is super consistent in his approach to building TBC, and he doesn't think he was made to be a broadcaster. He says he's more of a writer. I've heard him say that he's more of a writer, but it seems he has even surprised himself as he had stepped up to follow the program I laid out as admin. Gerard has found his voice. So awesome. Gerard has found his voice, and he's a good example to follow. We all need to find our voices and properly use them to advance ourselves in all areas of life. All right. Okay, so that is the blog post that came out some couple of hours ago. Further still, I am excited today. There is a lead. Okay, there's someone, a friend that I started talking with recently. I think like 4 days back, and she's a lady. I asked her if she has idea about cryptocurrencies, if she has. She said she doesn't have any idea about cryptocurrency concrete, but that she has heard things whisper. I said, okay, so I have to just do a very few chat with her. Then I follow through on the plan, what we have, the scripts, all right, the script given to us given by TBC admin. I just had to go in that pattern, okay? I just chatted with her in that pattern, and hooray! She has accepted, okay? She has accepted to receive the gift of Kringles. She has accepted to receive the gift of Kringles, and from there, I'm going to take it further. Now, I use the word she has accepted, because she's waiting for me to send the link. I kind of like delayed today sending the link. The reason for that is she said she was out of subscription, that hopefully she will subscribe before 1st of July. That as soon as she subscribes, she's going to click the link, she's going to register, and from there, she's going to take it to the next level of purchasing, okay, of purchasing. So, hooray, that's a huge success. Number 2, and I am super excited. Like I said earlier before, I have one who wants me to pay for the Bitcoin, but the reason I've not paid is the person that's holding the money is kind of like far away from me, and he can't go to the bank to do anything. We just have to look for a Sunday to connect so that he can give me the money to make purchase for him. Okay, so those are super exciting news. And after that, he's going to do the same purchase, and hooray, I'm excited. So many good things are happening, and I want to really say to everyone, let's all get to work. Let's follow the script. Let's use the script in quote, and I believe we're going to get more huge successes. All right, those are the little things that have been happening around me. Good news, actually, and I'm happy. Taking it further, I was watching the Voice of TBC some couple of minutes ago. He made mention of something when it was Mr. Gerard who brought it to his to the notice of the Voice of TBC, and I quickly want to share it here. Recently, if people receive or accept the gift of Kringles, you know that they will not see the cookies in their wallet. Hello? They are not going to find their cookies in the wallet. So we need to clarify that for everybody to understand. Okay? Anybody that is coming in right now through any exhibition, you should be able to let them know that the gift of cookies can't be found in their wallet. Okay? It won't be found there. But they need to go to their Kringle Cash, check the cookie reward, right? Check the cookie reward, that they will find it there. That when November comes, okay, When November comes, they can redeem those cookies and it will become Kringles in their wallet. But they can go ahead to do the purchase, the exchange of $100 for $100 worth of Kringles. They can go ahead to do an exchange of $100 for $100 worth of Kringles. Right? When they do that, that $100 worth of Kringles will reflect in their wallet. And when they do the verification, transaction verification, the 100 is it 100 million now? 100 billion? 100 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. The 100 million will Kringles cookies will also be in. Thank you very much, Miss Judy. I got the news from the voice of TBC, so I decided to just make it known to all televisions that are out there. Okay, so the cookies, which is equivalent to that will give the individual one whole TBC, will also not be found in their wallet. It will be in their Kringle cashback office, so that it doesn't begin to cause problem. Okay, people begin to say, "Well, you said, if I make purchase of $100, if I'm to exchange $100 with you, and I get $100 worth of TBC Kringles, that I'm going to get a whole TBC coin. Right now, the whole TBC coin is not showing in my wallet. Is it a technical problem?" and stuff like that. Before you know it, this little dot will become a very massive issue. So we need to clarify all of our team members, all of our family members that we're bringing into the community, that this is how it is, so that they will not be taken by surprise. Okay, with high expectation, I'm going to see it, but when they get there, it's not there, and they begin to rant. Okay, and that connects everything that I want to do today. And that what I want to talk about today is the power of perception. In one of the blog that was released by TBC admin, TBC admin spoke about perception. Okay, TBC admin gave it in the body of the blog. I think that has to do with the this post is in the 500% bonus. Okay, the 500% bonus. It was said in that blog. TBC admin spoke about perception. That perception is the only obstacle that, let me paraphrase now, but that's what the TBC admin is saying. Perception is the only obstacle that would stop people. Okay, so that from that, I decided to say, okay, let's expand a little on perception, because the truth is, everything happening around us got to do with perception. Actions taken are as a result of perception, how people perceive things. Inaction is also a result of perception. The way the person is perceiving what he or she is perceiving. So perception is a very powerful tool, is a very powerful force. And we have to really look at it and establish some key points about it. all of our actions, positive or negative, is founded on the way we perceive things. All of our actions. Okay? The way we perceive it is the way we respond to it. Right? So perception is the ability to see, hear, or become. I like that part of the word. To become aware. Awareness. To become aware. That's perception. Ability to see. To see with our eyes, and even with the eyes of our minds. All right? The eyes of our mind. Something just crept into my mind that I'll have to do tomorrow. Okay. With the eyes of our mind, ability to see. That's perception. Ability to hear also. Or to become aware. And you and I will agree that a lot of people are not aware of what reality is. Okay, it was Mr. Ronald Bernard, who said that, let me paraphrase, I'm paraphrasing, that what a lot of people call reality is actually not reality. That what people call reality is what another group of people or entities designed and gave to humanity to be called real. Okay? All of these have to do with mental programming. In short, I've started I've started working in that line now, learning about it. Mental programming. All of the perception that most people have today are a function of their mental programming. And that mental programming is the biggest enemy that we have. That mental programming is the biggest challenge right now. A lot of persons are failing to see what the truth is. And all of these, like I said, is a function of perception. How you perceive a thing will determine how you will receive the thing. How people perceive TBC will determine how people are going to receive TBC. One of the greatest fight I see is a lot of people do not know that you can have a private currency, a private money. Vast majority of the population of the world don't believe that a group of people or a single entity, you see it now, they don't believe, look at the word, they don't believe that a group of people or a person can come up with a currency, a private currency that can be used by humanity outside of the government. The only thing they believe is it's only the government that can create currency, that can create money. That is what a lot of them believe. That is how their mind has been programmed. So if I'm to even take it further, perception is a function of the programming of the mind. I don't know how else to lay emphasis on this, but perception is action, okay? Or perception is equal to actions. How you perceive the scene will determine the action that will be taken. Right? Like I used to say, this is not to blow trumpet, but the truth is, I perceive TBC for what TBC is, and that is why I am every day I take actions that will lead me to getting there. Right? Though we can't come up all the time to begin to say what we are doing part time, but I know I am, by the grace of God, trying to follow all of the instructions that I see on the blog. The Facebook contact. Recently, I've been getting influx of Facebook contacts, okay? And what just keeps coming to my mind is accept them, then I reach out to them. TBC admin said, use the icebreaker. The icebreaker is what I'm using. I send a gift to someone, a funny gift that would have no connotation in it. It has no interior motive. It's just a gift. Something to make somebody laugh, something to make somebody smile. All right? Now, doing that, while I'm also working all others of my Facebook contacts, because of the way I perceive TBC. I know TBC is here to serve what it says it is here to serve, its mission. And that is to end poverty globally. To end poverty globally. And as a result of that, my past has fully been fully changed, that I now take actions in that line, knowing fully well that it is very much possible to end poverty, because my perception about fiat currency, how it came about, has changed. All right. I also know that you can own a private currency as long as it's not minted. You can own a private currency. All right. So perceptions are functions of information. That's where it all begins from, because nobody just wake up to believe a thing. The person has to have the information. You have to have something that he has seen, heard, or read about for that individual to have a mindset. Okay? There is also perception that makes people believe that a thing is impossible. But there's no such a word. I was talking with my children today. There's no such word as impossible. Well, depending on the way the person is saying it, because the word impossible, IMPOSSIBLE, is we can make it is a two word. Okay? It's two words. The I am possible. I am possible. I am possible. Okay? So somebody can be saying it as impossible, but we are saying it based on our perception, I am possible. All right? We are possible. This concept is possible. To reaching out to the world and delivering people from poverty. Your outlook in life determines your outcome. The outlook that we have will determine our outcome. Is our outlook that will also stop us from cash flow when there are a lot of avenues, or when TBC has given us the avenue for cash flow, right? Our outlook, how we are seeing it. Good evening, sir. Is it a sir? Diego, Mapa, good evening. Our outlook. When there are no negativity, then you find that will go all the way. I am possible. I am possible. When there are no negativity in our outlook, the lens through which we are seeing what we are saying, when there's no negativity, you will find out that there is no roadblock. There's nothing stopping us. But when people look at it, their outlook is dense. The mirror, the glass through which they are looking is dense with negativity. They will be stopped. All right? It's like a man traveling in a dark environment. His movement can be stopped at any time. Why? Because there's no light. So his perception at that time is darkness, and that darkness is what's stopping him. But when he has the light of I am possible, then there's nothing stopping him or her. Okay? When we know, when we perceive, our perception is our belief. Our perception will create our belief system. And once we believe it so well, then generating money constantly from TBC, I have come to fully and totally say it is possible. Okay? Using myself as a case study, it may not be once, but your actions will certainly produce the fruits. Because what you focus on grows. Whatever you're focusing on grows. It is perception that changes everything. Perception is a game changer. When people believe right, they will live right. They will act. Okay? When people believe right in TBC community, TBCians, if you believe right, if you see the vision, and believing right here means seeing the end from where you are right now. Seeing the end, the maturity of TBC, the economy, the community is mature. Seeing that, as you begin to focus on it, it begins to expand in your mind. And I would want to wrap up with this. The enemy, the one enemy that you know, the enemy that have created this scam called poverty, this scam called scarcity. If anybody's looking for a scam, then I'm pointing them to the scam. The scam is poverty is a scam. If you really, poverty is a scam. Scarcity is a scam. The rumors of war going on around in the world right now, they are all scam. Okay? It is just a manipulative way that the enemy is using to move people to where the enemy wants people to be, in order to be able to gain total control. The enemy works with your perception. And that is why they are filling the mainstream media with all manner of information, all manner of distractions, because they are trying to just keep your perception locked up so that you don't see the truth. But the Bible said, and you shall come to know the truth, and the truth is what will grant you freedom. Freedom is equal to truth. And it's high time TBCians will begin to rise up, start telling people the truth about what is happening in our world today. The truth that TBC is here to help. TBC is here to restore to humanity that which was stolen from them, and that is their birthright of abundance. All right. On this note, today to see us tomorrow again with another awesome topic that we can begin to talk about. I'm hoping that one day we'll make it a very open show. Everybody's talking. I am still trying to get to that point where we all can rub our minds together and reach out to all TBCians out there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Stephen Coffey. I don't know how else to say thank you to you, but thank you for being a big brother. Thank you for being a good friend. Thank you, Judy. You left your when you finished your broadcast, you came here. Thank you very much. God bless you. Okay, sir, I'll be expecting it. God bless you and see you later. Bye-bye.